Hello, welcome back to the channel. I will be talking about Bitcoin, Kucoin, and Shiba Inu. I'm just here to give you a quick update before the weekly candles close in about 4 hours. So I'm kicking things off with Bitcoin on the weekly chart. In yesterday's video, I talked about how we had 3 weeks of indecision in the market where the Bitcoin price has been moving sideways in this region. And we are seeing some bullish signs where we are starting to have an upward price movement, but we still have 4 hours left before this candle closes. So ideally, we would like to stay in this range between 62,000, 63,000 in about 4 hours. As long as we maintain these levels, then it's a strong weekly close for Bitcoin leading into the next week. Now, let's take a closer look at what has been happening in the short term. So, this is the 30-minute chart for Bitcoin, and we see that we broke and found support at these short-term lines that were drawn yesterday, and we had a bounce off this support. So these are all good signs that we want to see for Bitcoin to start moving to the upside. Now, the key area is going to be this orange line and this black line. We really want to see how Bitcoin is going to interact over here, because these are short-term price movement on the smaller time frames, like 30 minutes, 1 hour. But this orange line is tied to the big picture for Bitcoin, and you always want to focus on the big picture. The smaller details don't matter as much. You mainly want to zoom in for the smaller time frames when you're unsure about what's happening, just to see some early signs on the 30-minute chart to confirm the bigger picture and validate stuff along the way. So over the next few hours until leading up to tomorrow, we are going to be very curious to see how Bitcoin is going to react over here at these two price areas. So around 63,000. So ideally, we would like to get a break above this orange line and see some type of bounce on this orange line and start moving up. If we get rejected over here, let me clear some things up first. So if we get rejected over here, that is totally fine. We could always have another bounce over here or back down to this $60,000 support region. For now, we're keeping eyes out at this $63,000 price for later today and tomorrow. Now, I'm going to switch over to Kucoin because we've had a breakout. So this is the 6-hour chart for Kucoin, and what we see is a breakout of this short-term resistance line that we've had, and we've been staying above, but we still have resistance at this pink line where we have been rejected 2 previous times. So it looks like we have a third rejection here, but we also might have support at this black line, and we know that we've had support at this orange trend line, at the bottom of this orange line, for ever since October 12th. So this is a pretty strong support line, the bottom orange line, that has held for about 1 month. So that's a good sign. The key thing to look out for is for Kucoin to break above this pink line and have a bounce on this pink line, and then start moving up to the top of this orange channel. But the important thing for Kucoin is that we have a break at a very crucial level in the long-term picture, because this is a long-term resistance line for Kucoin, where we've had a rejection here and a rejection here. Now, with the daily candle closing, the weekly candle closing in about 4 hours, we look like we are going to have a close above this resistance line for the first time, which is a very bullish sign, and there's a lot of upward price potential from here for Kucoin with very minimal resistance. Now, the last thing that I want to take a look at is Shiba Inu. So one thing that I didn't see yesterday is this pink line. We had resistance for Shiba Inu over here and over here, but now it's acting as support over here. So this is a very good sign for Shiba Inu. We are still in between these two black lines in this parallel channel, so that's another good sign. The main thing that I will be looking out for is a daily close above this green line. We still have not had that yet. Once we get a daily close above this green line, we will see if Shiba Inu has some type of bounce back on this black line, something like this, and that would be the ideal area to buy. But if Shiba Inu goes super bullish, you might not get much of an opportunity to enter. So if we take a look over here, we did get an opportunity where it looked like we were going to break. We did not find support, but we still see strong buy pressure leading into this area. So we will want to keep an eye out on Shiba Inu's price action over here and find a good entry point. But first we want to confirm that Shiba Inu will be staying above this area and headed up, instead of getting rejected here and potentially falling down and costing you money. So that is going to be my video for today, and tomorrow I will come back and discuss the weekly candle closes for Bitcoin, Kucoin, and Shiba Inu, and I'll give you a better idea of what to expect in this upcoming week.